So guys, BJ Boston was one of the most popular high school basketball prospects to come out of that 2020 high school class, and he was considered to be a top 5 talent heading into college, which he ultimately decided to go to the University of Kentucky. I wouldn't say that BJ Boston had the worst college career ever, but there was just a lot expected out of BJ Boston in his sole year at Kentucky. And if you were to ask the masses or ask a casual basketball fan, the majority of those people would probably say he had a solid, or even some would say he had a bad year. Now, BJ averaged about 11 points and 4 rebounds at Kentucky, and his scoring ability was the #1 trait that he honestly was known for. And the fact that he was struggling to do just that simple thing, which is scoring the ball at Kentucky, really concerned a lot of NBA teams. Now, there was even conversations and questions and debates of if he honestly should stay another year at Kentucky, and some even claimed that he honestly would go undrafted. Ultimately, BJ Boston ended up going 51st overall to the Los Angeles Clippers, and in my personal opinion, I think that he honestly proved a lot of haters wrong. Now that BJ Boston is in the NBA, how exactly is he doing? In this video, we are pretty much going to be breaking down BJ Boston so far in his early NBA career, where exactly he's at, if he ever will be a star in the league, and so much more. So make sure you guys stick around, watch the full video. Please leave a like. It helps the channel out in so many ways, guys. It's free. It helps us small creators out. So if you just leave a like and subscribe to the channel, it'll help me out a ton. With all that being said, guys, let's not waste any more time. Let's go and get straight into this video. So guys, boom, let's go and get straight into this video and talk about this man, BJ Boston. Now, like I said, BJ Boston got drafted 51st overall by the Los Angeles Clippers, and he had a solid summer league in my opinion. He averaged about 13 points and 3 assists for the league. However, his team did lose damn near every single game, going 1-4. Fast forward to the actual NBA season, BJ Boston was blessed to suit up for the main roster, but he didn't even check into his first official NBA game until the Clippers' 3rd game of the season. In that Clippers' 3rd game is where BJ Boston scored his first official NBA points in his entire NBA career. And I personally already know that that was a huge moment for BJ Boston. Y'all have no idea. There's so many players that got drafted or even got drafted in the past who still to this day has not scored a single point in the basket. And guys, you even seen Sharife Cooper, he's just now getting his first NBA point. So that honestly can tell you the concept of how blessed a player is to score their first NBA point. BJ Boston scored 3 points in his first official game versus the Portland Trailblazers, and since then, he's unfortunately not seen another bucket go into the rim since that first game. Now, he has been scheduled to play for the roster a couple more games, but he never saw any major minutes. And if he did get checked into the game, he would play a max 5 minutes, and he also would not score a single point. He ultimately ended up getting sent down to the NBA G League, and here is where BJ Boston is really making a name for himself, and he's looking honestly pretty impressive. BJ Boston for the NBA G League is averaging about 30 minutes a game, scoring 16 points on 40% from the field and 50% from 3 on 4 attempts. Guys, I already told y'all, BJ's bread and butter is to shoot the ball, and he is also a professional scorer who's been getting buckets since he's been a little kid. I don't know why people are so surprised that he is scoring so well in the G League. And BJ Boston, in my opinion, he's honestly good enough to play in the actual NBA. And I feel like if he honestly were to get that real opportunity to play in the league, if a team were to give him somewhere around 15 to 20 minutes a game, he can show an NBA team why he is really like that. BJ is legit hooping down there in the G League, and it's honestly easy for him. Now, I don't know what's up with all the other players in the G League, but there's a lot of hoopers averaging a ton of points. Just look at these numbers. Some of these players are averaging 30 plus, 35, 37 points a game. And I think if BJ Boston really wants that call up, he's gonna have to drop buckets on a consistent basis and just continue to doing what he's doing, just scoring more points and getting that 20 to 25 points a game. Just keep shooting on high efficiency, and like I said, just keep working and just pray for the best. That's all he can do, and I think he will be fine. Guys, if you've been a BJ Boston fan, you know that BJ Boston has been through it over this past year and a half. Like I said, he went from being the man in high school, and when I say the man, I mean people projecting him to be the #1 overall pick, with guys like Jalen Green, Cade Cunningham, Evan Mobley, guys like that. He went from being in that conversation to struggling in college and people calling him a bust and telling him to stay another year, to getting that bag in the NBA and scoring his first official NBA points. Guys, I don't care what nobody says, BJ is doing his thing to me. I know he was the 51st overall pick. He got drafted to a team that already has a ton of other all-stars on their team and forward, so I'm not expecting the Clippers to just give him those minutes despite having all these solidified stars on their team. We got to be realistic here. BJ's Boston time will come. I'm a BJ Boston believer. I think he's going to be a pretty good 3-and-D guy in the league someday. But guys, ultimately, shout out to this man BJ Boston. But yeah, guys, that's just my personal opinion. I want to know what you guys think of this man BJ Boston. Do you think he's going to ultimately end up getting that call to play in the actual NBA? Do you think he's going to stay in the G League? How good of a player do you think BJ Boston's been so far in his young NBA career? Just comment down below, guys, to get a great basketball conversation started. Guys, if you made it to the end, please leave a like. As I'm telling you, it helps us small creators out. You can just simply tap that like button, and please subscribe to the channel if you're new. Turn on the post notifications on if you haven't already. Follow me on Instagram at JuiceMadeHoops with the extra S at the end. And yeah, with all that being said, guys, once again, thank you for watching. And it's been another episode of Juice Made TV. Peace.